Hi, I want to say some ideas or some thoughts I've had that I haven't really been able to share, and when I'm speaking my story of No More Pockets. It's another aspect to my story that has been a huge influencer on my life, and I thought it's pertinent to expound on No More Pockets with this next part of my story and how No More Pockets evolved. I was a gymnast, as I explained. Growing up, USGF gymnast, I was expected to compete on all 4 apparatuses. I had a coach who went on to coach 2 men's Olympic gymnastic teams. So from the time I was about 10, I was already practicing visualization and other techniques that are popular now today and used a lot in not only positive psychology, but in competitive sports and potential. One of the questions I'm asked most often after people have asked me about my years as a gymnast was, how are you able to compete on bars? And the answer that comes out quickest for me is because no one told me I couldn't. It's a story that has been part of my life from as long as I can remember. And when I was a young girl, it started with tumbling. By the time I was about 9, I believe, is when I was asked to try out for the USGF competitive team. My coaches talked to my parents about it, and at any point, my dad, being an athlete, and my coach could have not given me that opportunity, but they didn't. There's a huge detriment, I want to say, that we are giving our youth when we discourage them from going after their dreams or pursuing their sports or any endeavors that mean a lot to them. When we tell them they can't, or they shouldn't, or they couldn't, or they wouldn't, or they won't make it, all the excuses that parents and coaches with good intentions, I believe, want to tell their kids because they don't want them to encounter failure, but we hold them back. And them, meaning my parents and my friends and my coaches, who never set limitations on me by saying, it's going to be hard, we don't think you should pursue it, set a path for me down my life that led me to never be discouraged. There was never anything I came upon in my life that I felt like I could not do because no one had let me develop that mindset. This continued into high school. I remember wanting to take typing class because it was an easy class and I just wanted to get out of one of the other courses I didn't want to take. And at that time in school, in typing class in particular, you had to learn what we called home base, I think, or home keys, and I couldn't do it. I didn't have the fingers to reach the typing keys. And my instructor came up to me and said, Laura, why don't you just drop the class? I mean, really, are you ever going to be a typist? Think about it. I said, no, I'm probably not ever going to do it. I was doing it for an easy grade, got out. Fast forward about 20 years later, I have 2 small children and I'm wanting to work from home as a convenience to my kids. So I decided to do medical transcription. I take an online course, my best friend takes it with me, and we get ready to do our online typing skills. I had to buy a keyboard and she said, how have you typed before? And I said, I've never typed before. And she looked at me and she said, you've never typed before and you're trying to become a medical transcriptionist. And I said, yeah, just how are you going to do it? And I'm like, I don't know, I'll figure it out. Which was, if I go back through all the years, exactly what my coaches and my parents had said. You'll figure it out. Let those kids, let these young people you are encountering in your life who have their dreams, who you may see have some type of setbacks or difficulties you believe they're going to encounter, let them figure it out. They will. No, I was not a great athlete. I was not a great gymnast, but I did. I competed with my able-bodied, my 2-handed peers on bars. I went on to be a transcriptionist and had one of the highest typing speeds when I worked at the hospitals, which dumbfounded everybody. And the message continued to flow when I was asked how I did these things. It was because nobody told me I couldn't. It was about allowing us to develop a mindset on our own, that nothing's impossible, that there's no limitations that we encounter except those that are in our mind. And to those of you in my life and in the lives of your own children, don't set the limitations for them. They're limitless in what they can do. let them find it on their own and support them through it. Thank you.